So for Katsumi, if you did some D&D, I'm going to not explain to you what are characteristics and strengths and weaknesses. In war terms, Reta is the fierce warrior. She's strong, she eats hard, she's sturdy, but she has a bad temper and she has a big head that causes some problems when you need to squeeze somewhere. And she has a big problem with ponies and princess stories and princesses because nobody seems to like her because she has a big head. Chuffy is the stealthy guy that kind of does some stabbing, takes care of traps and locks, and likes to attack people in the back or by surprise. He's been kind of bullied all his life because he's smaller than others, so he tends to not take problems up front. And because he's been beaten on the head way too many times, he sees range pretty badly, so he has problems with range weapons. So he prefers to fight personal in the back and explain to the adversary that it's not because he's small that it really is a problem for him. Bhock of Zarangel. Bhock of Zarangel is blessed by Zarangel, the goblin deity of dog killing, fire, and everything mounted. When we say mounted, it's mounted usually on wolves. They don't do really good on ponies because goblins do not like horses, because horses are nasty and usually horses mean humans. Bhock is blessed, is sure that Zarangel is with him, so he's very overzealous and very overconfident, but he has the backing of his god, so when he hits with his weapons, he can hurt really badly. And he can heal other people. So he can smite his enemies, he can hurt very, very hard with melee attacks, and he can heal, which is a good blessing to be when you're overconfident as he is. One of his many problems is that he tends to be so overconfident and dangerous and put himself in danger that his pet toads tend to die pretty often, squeezed, burned, cut. So he always look for spare ones, just to have replacements, and he tends to keep the old ones that has been splashed, cut, or whatever in his pockets, just because, yeah, he likes them a lot. Morgmurch is blessed by dragon. He was dipped in dragon blood when he was a baby, and he wears a helmet, a piece of bone on his head because he has a big birthmark on his head where his mom was holding the baby when she dipped it in the dragon blood. But from there, he manages fire really well. So he loves fire. He is fire. He does fire. He does a lot of fire and a lot of very fire, and is pretty strong and sure of himself. So he's very outgoing and a flamboyant personality. As a magician, he's kind of weak. He doesn't like cold and damp things, which is pretty bad because you live in a marsh. And he has a small problem because he has a very sticky girlfriend, Rampy, that really loves to lick his face because she thinks that if she licks his face enough, she's gonna get magic powers from the dragon that he was stripped in. So he's a bit dangerous with fire, but he loves fire, including putting himself on fire if needed. But that's how things are. So those are the 4 characters that you will be allowed to choose from, and I will start the mud wrestling to know who wants to play what character. Katsumi, any preference?
Not really.
Okay.
I think they're all great, but I find myself a little partial to Poog.
Okay, so Iovac wants to have Poog. I give control.
I'm leaning towards Mogmerch.
So Pug is at Iovag. Mogmerch is gonna go to DP Roberts. This one.
I guess I'll take Rita then.
DP Roberts. Rita goes to Katsume. Which means...
These are all great characters, though.
Oh yeah, they are all great characters. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. And where is... Oh, she's not here yet. So you should have another tab that appeared below the characters descriptions, which is your character sheet. If you click on it, the first page you don't really care. You go to the second tab, which is character sheet. In the character sheet, you will have your characteristics, which is your race, class, the statistics with strength, dexterity, constitution. That's the standard things. The type of armor class, which is your strength of armor, your hit points, which is the amount of life that you have. Saving throws is what you use to resist magic or to overcome obstacles. Skills is what you are good at. And the rest you don't really care. Each of the characters has additional abilities, which are listed below, and gear. And they have specific actions. For example, for Rita, I'm going to take the example for Rita. She has a chainmail and a dress because she likes to be wearing a dress because she thinks she's a princess. She's pretty strong and pretty sturdy. She's not the most charismatic of ladies and not the most wise or intelligent, but she eats strong. She knows how to ride ponies because that's what she wants to do. She wants to one day ride a pony, whatever it is, because she has no clue what the pony is. And go save a dragon or a prince. There's stories about that, and they're kind of confusing, but it's about killing something and grabbing a prince and kissing a prince which is passed out or something like that. But that's how it works. You'll find out when you'll find out. So a specialty is beating up hard with weapons, and special ability is once every quite long time she can heal herself by deciding that no, she's not, it's just a flesh wound. That's her ability. For Pug and Mormush, you have another part which is spells at the bottom. Spells, there's two types of spells. There's cantrips. Cantrips is small spells that you can use at will. So you can use it every round, and they do something specific. If you go to the spells, if you hover your mouse over a spell name, you can see that you have a bubble. You have an information. So with the information, it will, with a bubble, it will show the spell to everybody. And with the information, it will show the spell to you only and explain to you what it is. To cast a spell, you simply click on the spell, like I did from Pug. I threw a Sacred Flame, which is a bolt of fire coming from the haven, because Zarangel is like that. He smites the enemies of Zarangel with Sacred Flames. And it tells me all the information that I need, which is how I do defend against it and what damage it does and offer.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. May I get an invite?
Your invite is in your DMs.
Okay.
You have to click on the link because I can only give you the link.
I have the link. Thank you.
So you click on the link, you type your password in Roll20, and you'll be in.
We stuck you with the healer, which kind of makes sense since you aren't here because you're healing someone.
No, she doesn't have a nub.
Loaded.
She has this,
Oh.
the stabby.
Oh, I thought it was the healer.
No, Chuffy is the stabby. Ghosty and Ghosty. So, Ghosty, have you ever used Roll20?
Earlier this week, I did a test. Oh, I'm getting an echo.
Okay, so if you do have an echo, so you see the marsh, and you have on the right, you have a chat. Go in your icons, where there's the chat, and you go to the top right icon, which is the wheel, which is called My Settings. You're in My Settings?
Yes.
Okay, in My Settings, you go at the very bottom. I think it comes from me. I was displaying. So if you go in My Settings, if you go to the very bottom, do you see something under Video plus Audio Chat options? Or did it stop being echoey as soon as I fixed it on my side also?
It just stopped.
Okay, so it was me. It was my fault. Okay, so we go back to that chat, and you go to the third tab, which is called Journal. In the third tab called Journal, you see something called Characters. You open it. You have a small summary of the adventure, which is called Goblin Adventures. You have descriptions of all the characters. And below that, you should see something called Chuffy Liquid, which is your character, because they all took the other ones and left you with the stabby stab.
All right. It says, oh, tutorial start now. No, I don't need the tutorial. Okay. I can see Bhock, Yovak, Mogmerch, Katsumi, and me.
Okay. So
and on the top,
yeah, on the top.
see chat.
You don't go to chat, you go to the third one, which is called Journal. It looks like a newspaper.
It's the second button on my interface.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
it's the
second
second
on
on my.
Okay, it's second on yours. I have extra options because I'm game master.
Okay. And so I see descriptions: Rita, Big Bad, Chuffy, Lickwound, Poog of and
Yeah.
Mogmerch.
Yeah. So that's the 4 characters of a group, and you can go through the description and read them. And Chuffy is the character that they left you.
Chuffy Lickwound. Okay. So can I update my little blue character thingy?
So you can update your character, blue little character thingy, by you go back to chat. You go at the very bottom. You see where you can type things, and below that you have as. And in as you select here. You can select your character, and it's going to display who you are, which will save me time to know if everybody does that. It will change the icon for everybody. As, and you have a drop down by the as.
I'm sorry, I don't see it.
So you go in chat. At the very bottom of chat, you have a cell where you can type things. And below that, you have as, and there's a drop down selection. So in that
Where it
drop down
shows
selection,
your name, if you click on the drop down, it'll have your character name below.
so Ayovak and Katsumi managed to do it. No. You don't say as. There's below that, you have something which is written as, and there's a drop down. And
Got
there's
it
a
now.
send button. Yes.
There we go.
And I'm waiting for DP Roberts to do the same, and we'll have all 4 characters.
How do you do it again?
So at the very bottom of the chat,
Below the chat little box, below that.
chat below that, you go at the very bottom. The last thing is you have a send button, and just left of that send button, you have a as, and you select your character in that as. And it will change your portrait.
I clicked on send.
No, not on send. There's a drop down just left of send.
Oh, okay, I see.
Here it is.
There we go.
Now we all have all your characters. So Gusty, if you go to your Chuffy Liquid character sheets, it will show you what your character knows how to do, the armor it's wearing, the characteristics, saving throws, which is resisting or doing some weird things against elements, and skills, which is the things that he is really good at. So Chuffy is, as its description say, a smaller goblin that has been bullied all his life. So it doesn't tend to fight things up front. It happens when it happens, and is way better when it hits things from the back or hits things with the help of others. So he knows how to disarm traps or to open lock boxes, and he knows how to stab in the back of creatures. But he's not really good with bows and things range because he has problem with far distance seeing. He does have pustules on his face. That's why he was bullied when he's small and looking sickly. And so people don't really get close to him because he looks always sickly. But it's really good for him because it helped him survive all the diseases and poisons and bad food. It made him stronger. Chuffy, you will see in his gear, he has a frog, and he has a pet spider in a cage. So at some time, I will ask you to roll something. To roll something, you go in your character, and you click on what I tell you to roll. So if I tell you to roll a skill, I will give you a name of a skill, and you click on that skill simply. Like, I'm rolling acrobatics for Chuffy, and it does automatically. If I tell you to roll a skill and you tell me, oh, I don't have that skill, I will tell you what characteristic, and you will click on the characteristic directly, which is, I will tell you to roll dexterity, and it will roll dexterity.
Okie doke. Oh, look, I have a song.
Yes, all the characters have their own songs.
You tell us when we can sing?
Oh, you can sing anytime. It's one of the best things in role-playing games. So, any question before we start the adventure with some information about where you are living?
How do you roll an initiative?
So you roll initiative with there's a die on your character sheet that it's written in it. So you will roll initiative from there, but I will explain to you how to do it exactly because it's a bit tricky in Roll20. It's not that simple.
Okay.
If it was simple, it will be a simple button. It will come part of a next tutorial.
Oh, I see it now.
Yes.
There we go.
I have a quick question about Goblin Bravery.
Yes.
Does that mean when the target has no allies standing next to him, or if I have no allies?
If you have no allies.
Got it.
You know how to fight by yourself because you're strong.
Gotcha.
And fearless. Especially fearless.
Do we all get Fury of the Small?
Yes.
Zerengel gives me strength.
Fury of the Small, I think everybody has it. No, not everybody has it. So each
Okay.
character has his own characteristics. What you all have is called nimble escape, that I will explain later, that allows you to hide very fast because you're small, or run away from monsters because you're a goblin.
Sweet.
Yeah, goblins usually don't fight fair. They tend to get in, eat, get out, and let others run behind them.
Winning is fair.
Yeah, as long as you're winning, who cares how it happened? So, first, I'm showing you now a map of the area. You can click on the mini map and it will show you a bigger map. You are in the Sandpoint hinterlands. Sandpoint is a town in Varesia, one of the countries of Golarion. Golarion is one of the Dungeons & Dragons settings for 3.5 edition. Sandpoint is a well-known location for many adventurers because a lot of campaigns on that world start around that small city. Around that small cities are 5 famous tribes of goblins. One of your famous tribes, the Lictors, are in the Brinestump Marsh. Brinestump Marsh is on the southwest part of the map. I hope everybody sees the map. It is an old marsh full of histories, of past times, of old adventures, and kind of left alone by the humans because it's not very easy to navigate through, and it's way easier to go around. So all the main roads go around, and the humans and their farmlands are leaving that area alone, allowing the goblins to thrive in that quite harsh environment, but they're used to it. That's goblins' life. I'm going to show you a closer map of a marsh. So that's a closer map of Brinestump Marsh. Your camp, the base camp of a Lictod, is based on A, and the adventure and the place you're going to visit will be in B on that map. As you see, it's a marsh with a lot of rivers and difficult terrain. And even the trails that do exist are rarely used because it's kind of a dangerous land. And some of those trails are very old or not really used except by thieves and people that do not want to deal with authorities. Your chief is mighty Gifness Chief Renwald Gottwald. He is a strong warrior. He is the boss. He is stronger than all goblins, even all goblins together. He had an adventure in his younger years and took over the Lictod by killing the previous boss and banishing his wife. He is so strong that when he yells, people run away in fear. He is so strong that when he talks, many goblins fall and run away. So because of that, he has an assistant, Slorb. Slorb is the voice and the ears of a chief, as the chief spends most of his time in his big hut on top of his big chair, commanding all the goblins of the Lictors and scheming for the future. Today, Slorb came to you and asked especially the 4 of you, telling you that His Highness has asked for you.
Oh no.
Usually that's bad sign.
That's bad rather than flattering.
What did I do?
Yeah, that's about what you're wondering yourself, which is, what did I do? Or what did they do? It's surely their fault. You don't know, so it's surely their fault. Or could it be yours?
I'm
So-
going to start thinking of things that they may have done so I can accuse them if I need to.
Yeah, that's always a good start because it's better if his fury is to somebody else. And you're witness of all the bad things they did, willing or unwilling.
Absolutely. And I tried to stop them.
Oh yeah, and they never listened. They didn't even hear you. So you do get into the chief hut, and the chief is on his chair, his tall chair, commanding prisons with his lance and strong will. You were expecting Slob to talk, but the chief starts with his roaming voice. You all be heroes, each of you. You are best lictors but me, or maybe Slob. You do not flee in terror from my mighty voice, is all the proof that we need. And soon all lictors know you're strong, for I have a dangerous mission for y'all. You know of Scribbleface, that double-faced bastard, that demon that was writing words, stealing our mojo? Oh, we found dragon fire in his hut. Dragon fire is fun. Dragon fire is power. Oh, I banished that mojo stealer, and I took all his dragon fire, and I found a map. So he gets you the Slob gets you the map. As you're gonna see, totally accurate map. Perfect map where you can easily see goblins and a camp, a trail, and you go to a boat, and there's stuff around the boat. Excellent map if there's one.
Make sure to hold on to that.
Yeah, that's a good map.
Map shows the route to the coast where he found more dragon fire. He saved his life. He told me much more dragon fire there. So I banished him, took the map, and burned all his scribbles. Got all my mojo back. The lictors now, they're strong. Tonight, we have a big bonfire to burn away bad luck. And we play games. Many games. Lots of fun. And tomorrow, you go get dragon fires. You'll be heroes. If you meet men, you make them dead. If you meet dogs, you make them dead. If you meet horses, oh, you make them dead. And if you meet slot legs, eat goblins, baby many, you can run. But if you do not come back with a dragon fires, no need you come back. Or I'll feed you to Squilly Nord. So, what do you know of the various names which are here? So Scribbleface was kind of a sage, a smart goblin, and he got into problems because he was drawing, and drawing is anathema for goblins because writing words and putting names means you're stealing the spirit and the mojo of the things that you're writing, which is always bad, and it's bad mojo. And bad mojo is bad luck, and bad luck is bad for goblin. Lots Legs is a big spider that has been growing and growing and growing, and it tends to pick up on goblins which are traveling by themselves or hunting around. So it's kind of dangerous if you meet them. Dogs, goblins don't like dogs because dogs bark and dogs bite. Retta, each time she sees a dog, she goes furious. She just goes berserk and starts beating on them. Horses is bad mojo. They are tall, they are big, way bigger than goblins, and they smell like humans. And humans are bad idea, bad and a lot of problems. We bring bad luck. So horses, bad news. Squealy Nord is a kind of a clan mascot. It's a pig that was found wandering into the marsh, but you've been feeding all the things that goblins don't eat, which means it's pretty crap what he's getting, but he's kind of happy.
Is that a real threat? Would he really feed us to him?
It's possible. But you're not sure that Squealy Nord would eat you.
Got it. And what do we know what Dragonfire is?
Oh yes, Dragonfire.
Oh, Dragonfire is great.
Oh, Dragonfire is
some
the
of that.
best thing ever. Okay,
Explosive?
So Dragonfire, it's kind of a rod. There's many shapes and forms. It's a rod. You start with, you put some little fire, and it starts blowing up fire and smoke. So you point it at the enemy, and from time it blows up. Sometimes it's just a big torch of fire. It's kind of random what it does.
That is great.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's always fun. In any case, you don't really know what you're gonna get.
Sounds like right after Mogmerch's alley. Large blowy things.
So, tonight we will have games. And Slope tells you that, yes, tonight there will be 4 games. And should you win those games, you will be granted 1 item from the chief stash from his adventuring days to help you in that quest. So now I'm going to move you to the camp. So you should see the screen change on your side. And you should see 4 icons with your characters. Please click on one of your character and move it around to check that you do have control on that character.
Is there a way to make the our player icons smaller? They're like covering up my whole game space.
Oh, so for the bottom one, you go in My Setting, which is the last wheel at the very bottom, at the very right. You go into player avatar size. It's kind of very close to the end. And you can change the size. Right now it should be on regular, and you can put small or names only.
Perfect, thank you.
So select your character icon on the map and move it around. Okay, so you do have control. So as you see, there's a square. In that kind of system, it's a square-based system. Each square being 5 feet. And when you will be going in tactical mode, which is combat mode, you will be asked to move around and do your actions in a tactical form. We will explain combat at the first combat in a later session. But now you have control of your icons, and you see. At the top, yes, you can play with icons and put conditions and markers. It's pretty fun. At the top, you should have your bar for the hit points that you have remaining. Each time you get hit points go down. Each time you get healed, the hit points go up. Till that maximum. That's pretty standard for any game. So, tonight, we have 4 games. The first of a game, Slob brings a big bag. And the game is named Eat the Bag of Bull Slugs Real Quick. So there's a big bag, and those bull slugs are alive, very slimy, and quite disgusting, even for a goblin fest. The other people from the camp start running and start shoving slugs in their mouth, trying to eat as many as possible before the bag is empty. What do you do?
Rush in and join them.
Everybody is trying to join them and eat as many slugs, or some people say, no, that's not good for me. Well, I'll keep my stomach for later because there's surely a feast at the end.
I'm definitely gonna eat a lot of them.
I'm going to eat some slugs and also try to feed some to my fat frog.
Yeah, your frog doesn't want that slug.
Oh shoot, I was gonna say the same.
Yeah, they're even disgusting for your frog.
Turns his nose up then.
So, how does that contest work? That contest works by you take your character and you're going to click on something called saving throw constitution, so con. Knowing that Chuffy has a little advantage because he's very resistant because he's ate crap all his life. So everybody that eats slugs will click on that saving throws con.
Can I use guidance on a saving throw?
You can use guidance on anything. You can ask Zarungel to help yourself.
Okay.
So you roll and you will roll a d4 on the side.
Yeah, where do I open my character sheet? I'm sorry.
So it's in journal. And you click your Chuffy Linkwood.
So why does it say 8/11 on the Constitution
So
save?
as soon as everybody rolls, I will explain what all those numbers mean.
Thanks.
Sorry, how do I add to the...
No, you don't have to add. You just click on the spell. I know that there's a d4, so you're going to roll a d4. And to roll a d4, you go in the tab completely on the top left. The last from the bottom is a die, and you click on d4. And it's going to roll a d4.
Or you can click on the saving throws thing in your character sheet, right?
Yeah, and you also have to click on the saving throw in the character sheet, but the d4 is separate for him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm missing. Yeah.
The journal is just giving me the picture. It's not giving me my.
You're clicking on the description one. You need to click on the bottom one.
I'm confused. Why does it have two numbers when we roll?
I will explain as soon as Gusty rolls.
I have no clue where we're supposed to be clicking.
So I got Mormush, I got Bhock, I got Red. Okay, so you take your character sheet. And on your character sheet, you have something called saving throws. And you go to con and you click on the con. Which was down, because it didn't say save. And I'm missing Bhock.
I still can't find the character sheet.
In journal, you're in characters, and you have your Chuffy Linkwood. Not the one in description, the one below it.
There's nothing below it. It just says characters.
Yes.
Click wound. It pulls up a picture of Chuffy.
There are tabs?
Go to the second tab, which is character sheet.
Not finding a second tab.
Yeah, mine has, under descriptions, it has mug merch, and then it has mug merch again below that, which is the character sheet.
I just see Chuffy.
It's the second one.
Oh!
Not the one under descriptions.
You have a second
Yeah,
one.
close your descriptions, and that will clear up the confusion, I think.
There we go. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to remove a description from everybody's journal. So it's going to stop being confusing people. I'm removing them.
Oh, and
so you click on saving throw con.
I just clicked on saving
Yeah,
throw.
saving throw con. No, you
Did
don't
it
click
show
on
up?
saving throw. You have in the line saving throw. You go to the con and you click on con.
Do it?
Yes, good. So, what are those two numbers that you see? The system 5th edition. The system 5th edition. Most rolls you roll 1, but in specific conditions, and the game master knows when the conditions happen, you take either the best of 2 or the worst of 2. Most of the time you take the first one, but in some conditions you will take the best of 2 and the worst of 2. So for Chuffy, which is used to eat worse food than the others because he's been bullied all his life, he takes the best of 2, which is also the first one, so it's not an advantage in that case. Chuffy has done a 21. Reda rolled 22 and 22. If you see it's green. Green, that means she rolled a perfect 20, which is a critical success. And she even rolled a critical 20 on both rolls, which is the best roll that can be done in any case. So she's eating slugs like it's no tomorrow. She surely got some oil before that because it's just sliding and yeah, like candy, chip chop.
I have a quick. Was that her constitution? What's the difference between constitution roll and constitution save?
She did a constitution, but I know a modifier for the save. It adds 2. So she did in technically 24 and 24. And Bhock did 12, 14, 16. So Bhock, after 4 or 5, the 5th is... it's rough. It's rough. Red Eye is still chugging them. Chuffy is doing great, but not as good as Red Eye, which is sliding them as if it's hot dogs on a stand during a free hot dog day. And Red Eye is fast. She is damn fast. And Morg, after just a second one, now is down. Yeah, he's gonna let that to the other, less civilized. You're a dragon. Dragons don't eat slugs. So Reda, with that wonderful critical success, ends the bag and asks even for more, but there's no more. So she clearly wins the first of a contest. And of course, I closed my door. We're gonna go with a second contest while I reopen my side. The second contest is a contest for the ages. The contest is called Dance with Squilly Nord, where the goblins have to climb on top of Squilly Nord or jump on it or whatever, or wrestle with him, and stay on top of him the longer possible without being thrown. And after the one that stays the longer will be declared the winner. Usually, and you all know that, Reda is the best at that kind of game because she knows Squilly Nord, and she knows how to write stuff vaguely in the direction in which they're supposed to be going. Because she wants a princess, and she learned to ride a pony, or whatever it is, thanks to Squilly Nord.
Oh, Squilly Nord's a pony?
No, she doesn't know what a pony is. But that's the best approximation of what a pony should be, perhaps. Who knows?
Okay.
She cannot do it on a horse because horse is bad. So she had a Squilly Nord to train. But others can try. And other goblins start trying to run and grab a Squilly Nord or jump on it to be the first one to try to ride it out. So what do you do?
Oh, I'd go for it.
So do you want to corner it? You want to wrestle it? You want to jump on it?
I'm just going to run up to it and jump, like Superman right on its back.
So to do that, either you run an acrobatics, which is under skill, or you run dexterity, which is under stat, if you do not have acrobatics.
Okay, no acrobatics, so I go with dex.
Dexterity. So you do manage to jump on top of it, and Squillinord starts rushing you and trying to dismount you because he knows those games. Goblins are cruel, and it usually ends with in getting beaten or whatever beat that can beat the beaten. So do you want to try to wrestle and hold it, or do you want to do something fancy like doing acrobatics on top of it to show off how good of a goblin you are? Or do you want to dance and sing on top of it, or just punch it so it stops moving because you're the boss?
I'm going to jump up on its back and hold my arms up in triumph.
So, as you do not have acrobatics, if you have performance, you can roll performance. Otherwise, you can do a dexterity or charisma roll, whichever you want, to show off how good you are on Squillinord, and nobody can beat you or person.
I'll go with charisma.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
you show off. You show that you've been great, and all those goblins are miserable compared to you, and you get down of Squillinord, letting the other participants being worse than you've been, sure of your victory. Anybody else wants to play with Squillinord?
Chuffy would like to play with Squillinord.
So Others Shuffy wants to go on Squillinord.
Chuffy wants to do what you suggested about acrobatics and is going to try to do a handstand while holding on to Squillinord.
So it's going to start with an acrobatics to get on top of Squillinord and start showing off. Oh yeah, you get easily on top of it, both feet on top of it, standing, and you want to show off. So you can do another acrobatics to show off how great you are of a big dancer. But sadly, you fall on your ass after such a wonderful success. Now it's kind of slippery with all the mud which is on that pig. But you fall back on your feet and you laugh and say, "Ta-da! That was all the play. That was totally meant to be."
Can I bow?
And you bow. And let the other being idiots that cannot match your greatness. Anybody else wants to play with Squillinord?
Oh, Poog definitely wants a shot at this.
So how does Poog wants to go? He wants to go head on in it. You want to grapple it, want to jump on it.
Well, I do have a little experience with riding. Does that help at all?
Oh yes, that does help. So if you know how to ride, you can use animal handling or wisdom or dexterity. You choose. With animal handling, you will know how to approach it, so it doesn't reject you immediately. With wisdom, your strength of will overcome the individual, and with dexterity, your personal agility will counteract whatever it's trying to do.
I'll definitely use my knowledge of animal handling to try to get on him without alarming him too much.
So go on animal handling.
That's just a wisdom check if I don't have a skill?
Yes, that's just a wisdom check if you don't have a skill. So you show that you're the boss, looking at it in the eyes, because you're tall, you're strong, and God is with you. So you manage to climb on it, as it's kind of terrified by you. Who knows? So now that you're on it, what do you want to do? You just want to ride it around slowly, or you want to show off?
Does grappling count as an attack?
That's strength. That's going to be a strength, which is to hold it because you're stronger than him and it cannot get you out. It's strength for athletics.
And versus a dexterity check for sort of a
To be more nimble and try to play staying and keeping your equilibrium on top of it.
Okay, well, I'm going to once again pray to Zarangel for dexterity as I try to counteract his movements with my own.
So you do show that Zarandel is with you, and you stay on it as it's kind of moving along, but not rejecting you completely. And after like 10 seconds, you decide to go down to show that, I'm still on my 2 feet. I'm not going to push my luck too much. And look, Zarandel is the greatest. And I'm the follower of Zarandel, so all his power is mine. And unlike the others, you do not finish on your ass in the mud, trying to show off, but you are sure of what you're doing. Does Retta wants to ride
Well,
a
after
pony?
all that, yes, Retta obviously has to show him how it's done.
Because that's what princesses do. They ride their pony with a big weapon in the sunset to go fight the prince to save the dragon or something like that.
Or something like that, yes.
Yeah, whatever. It's kind of very confusing for stories. And it's never the same prince and princess, which is even worse. So for you, it's going to be animal handling to get close to Squilly that knows you. And you know Squilly, so you do bring a carrot because Squilly Nord loves carrots. And that's how you know that you can get to ride on him and do your riding lessons. So it's in skills, animal handling. So easily, because you are an expert at that. Have you done that for all your 7 years of life? And you start riding slowly your pony, showing off your masterful skills of riding stuff vaguely in the direction you want to go to. And I'm pretty sure you're going to simply go around to show off to all those idiots, or you ride a pony. And to do that, you just ride another animal handling. As you clip-clop along the pen, showing your masterful knowledge of all animals and ponies and things like that. And after a while, you just get down your mount, showing the princess that you truly are, and putting a roar, showing your big weapon, after defeating the dragon. Or the prince, whichever. Because there's a story about knocking on princes and kissing them, something like that. So Retta is named Victorious for showing off how a pony is rode. And Squilly Nord is quite happy of her princess. That was nice and gave her 2 carrots, because there was 2 carrots at the end.
Fair play.
Yeah, totally fair play. That's what princesses do. They're totally fair.
Gave you all a chance first before I showed how it was done.
So for the third game, it's a fun game for all the families and friends. It's called Hide or Get Clubbed. It's not hide and seek, it's hide or get clubbed. So you have 2 teams, and you decide what team you're part of. The first team is going to hide and try not to be found. The second team is going to have to find the others and club them on the head. Say, you found. So if the hiding team, the one that wins, will win the prize. If everybody from the hiding team is found, the clubbing team is the one that hit the most people on the head that wins. So who wants to play and on what team?
Oh, Poog's gonna chase, definitely.
So Poog is going to be on the clubbing team because Zarangel is with him to club people.
Chucky will be on the hiding team.
Red is obviously going to be on the clubbing team.
Yeah, with a big club.
So I'll be on the hiding team then.
So
Mugmerch.
the two on the hiding team, if you can do stealth rolls, since skills stealth. Oh yeah, they're hiding real well, Mormush and Jeffy. And the ones on the clubbing team, you need to do perception rolls. And if you do not have perception, it's wisdom.
Once again, I'm going to pray for guidance from Zarangel as I search down these tricky guys.
So Reda, you remember that there was not enough slugs. We were kind of hungry after the slugs. So while everybody is running around the camp to find out the people to club them, you decide that it's a good time to go raid the feast that is getting prepared to get first bite on everything. And you kind of forget about the clubbing stuffy because you're stuffing your thingy.
Well, at least I get food, right?
Yeah, food. You're on the food and you're taking the food and you kind of forget about. Yeah, it's kind of nice to have the food for yourself while everybody else is somewhere else. Yeah, first dip. I'm the princess. I just won. So Bog goes around and trying to look around, but yeah, Sarangel must not be with you, and does not find neither Mormush and Shuffy. And the rest of the goblins continue to go around, and Chuffy is the last one to be found and declared the winner because nobody ever finds Chuffy. So after a while, people are yelling to tell to Chuffy that, yeah, he won, he can come back to whatever remains of the feast because somebody already started.
Chuffy appear right next to the feast, like she was under the table or something, hiding.
Yeah, the best place to hide where there's nobody else except Rita, which is only checking the chicken anyway, so.
Did Chuffy get any snacks while she was hiding?
Oh yeah, Chuffy got snacks.
Or he, I guess.
Chuffy got
Can I
snacks.
say Chuffy is female?
Oh, you can put Chuffy as female. Doesn't matter.
Sounds good.
And for the last game, we get a monstrosity of the ages. An infamous machine of destruction called the Rusty Airbider. It is a weird complexion of wires, hoops, swords, bends, thorny branches, and vines that were created long ago by a kind of a crazy goblin that invented that for whatever reason. He didn't never leave any instruction about what it was supposed to do because he kind of invented a prototype of bird attracting hat and disappeared, taken away by a giant bird, I think. So yeah, but his legacy lives on. And from time to time, you get the machine out, and it's a famous trip where you have two teams, a team that is operating the machine, turning the wheels and cranks, and the team of people that try to squeeze and get through it without being slashed and cut their ears and fingers while they go through the machine. At all time, there's always some parts of either fingers or ears of goblins which are remaining in the machine. But that's because it's sharp and it's still working. So, do we have volunteers to go through the contraption of a machine while others are trying to prevent them from doing that, playing the various levers and gears of that machine? Sadly, Reda has a big head. So that's really not the type of things that she's good at, because she would get stuck fast in that. And Princess is not going to waste her dress into such a terrible machine.
Well, Poog is overconfident as always, and as always, Zarangel gives him strength, and he dives through headfirst.
So, other people that will try to dive behind him, while the second team will be operating and cranking the machines.
Well, this doesn't look very hard. I can definitely jump through that thing.
So we have 2 volunteers to try to go through a machine. A third one? Or the 2 others will be cranking just to see how many bits and pieces they can get out of it.
Oh, Reda's definitely not going to go through.
Oh, Reda likes cranking things.
Chaffee, do you want to crank things or do you want to go through the coil?
Going through.
Oh, Chaffee likes small places and things.
Hiding and dodging. Is that a dex save or a skill?
So it's going to be an acrobatics if you have acrobatics, or it's going to be a dexterity if you do not have acrobatics. A dex save if you do not have acrobatics. So Pog easily weasel his way in, because he's good at that. That's his save. And being the first one, you kind of run through the machine, and most of it before the people started even operating the gears. So before they started getting all the stuff running and circling, you were outside on the other side of the machine, say, "Ta-da! I won! Zarandel is the best. Look at it." And of course, the 2 others, which are behind, and they have way harder time getting out of the machine, and kind of get out all cut and slashed from the other side, while you, Zarandel is the best.
Well, I do have damage resistance for slashing and piercing.
Yeah.
Overconfidence pays off.
Overconfidence and being the first one to rush before anything starts, it pays off. So Poog helps everybody getting out of a machine, calling the blessings of Zarangel on those heroes that gave to the machine all those bits and pieces and heals them to full. So tomorrow they will have the same ears and bits and fingers for their wonderful adventure. But Poog is declared the winner. Zarangel wins once again. So, Zarangel provides. Yeah, he gives also. He eats, and he eats hard. So Slob comes with items which have been won through that contest. For the person that ate the most slugs, Reda gets the big weapon from the chief. His own personal weapon, the horse killer. A great and powerful weapon that has seen many battles, which is dedicated in the destruction of anything which is against him, and especially horses, because he really hates horses. To the winner of Dance with Skill in the Horde, Slorb provides, oops, wrong button, a fiery potion called the Dragon Brew Gold. It is a potion that when you drink it, it will allow you to spit fire like a dragon 3 times in the next hour. It's one use item,
Ooh, sweet.
but that's a very powerful item.
Who got that one?
It was Reda, but you can switch characters. You can switch items between characters. That's really no problem.
I would love to have that.
To the hide or get clubbed winner, the chief provides his very personal ring that lets you climb real good. It's a diamond ring, kind of fancy, that allows you to climb like if you were a Spider-Man. Not as fat as Spider-Man, but you can climb up, down, on the side, on top, and allows you to walk on walls, or trees, or corridors, or whatever. And to Pug, to show courage in the face of adversity, the chief will provide you with his chief's personal, very useful robe that is very useful, which is a robe with magical patches. There's only 4 patches left. That if you detach the patch, the item drawn on the patch is created and is usable, and it's a permanent item. The 4 items that remain are 1, a ladder, 2, a 3-legged turtle, 3, a horseshoe, and 4, a bullhorn. Don't ask me what you do with a 3-legged turtle or a horseshoe. That's at your discretion. But
A
you can
bullhorn like a
swear.
bull's horn, or like a magnify, like a voice magnifying.
No, it's a bullhorn. That's the one that you blow and it does a horn.
Does
Got
the horseshoe make horses run away by shooing them?
You can use any item for anything, but it's a one-use patch. But it's a very nice cloak. That's the chief's cloak, showing that you're the chief's favorite. So those are the 4 items that you receive as gifts, and you can spread them between the players. So I'm going to let you choose between the players who gets what, and meanwhile I'll get a drink. And you have a minute or 2.
Is Chuffy back? She said she had
I'm
to
back.
go back.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you.
I think I'm happy with what I have, but I'd be open to trade if someone really wanted it.
Oh, those things aren't just going to the people who won?
Well, they are, but we're free to trade if we like.
Well, Retta will keep the big pointy stick, but she'll offer the dragon elixir to Mogmerch.
It's got him written all over it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
he really doesn't have enough stuff to burn. Let's give me more power maniac items. What could go wrong?
It sounds it might save everyone.
Or maybe the 3-legged turtle will save everyone.
Thank you. Does a 3-legged turtle go just wander around in circles?
No, it's a pet that you can keep. It's not very fast to move, but in a marsh it's pretty good because it swims when it needs to swim.
Does he turn back into a patch if I want?
No, when you use the patch, it becomes the item forever. It's permanent, but the patch is consumed doing it. Good, I'm back. So, the horse killer, I'm sure it's Reta that got it. The dragon gourd, that's more much. That's kind of obvious. Who keeps the ring and who keeps the cloak?
I think I'll keep the cloak for now.
Could take the ring. I'm good with climbing and stuff already. Unless the person who actually won it wants to keep it.
I think Chuffy won it.
I didn't
That was
realize
the-
we had something.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was
I'm
the
keeping it.
gift for the hiding thing. And Chuffy won the hiding thing.
And
Yeah.
don't forget, it doesn't just like make you better at climbing. It gives you a climb speed, which means you can climb as easy as you can walk.
Not as fast, but yes, you can climb any surface, including vertical walls or even being on the top. You stick
can
to
you
walls
add-
as a Spider-Man.
I would love that then. And Art, can you add that to my character sheet?
Oh, just note it. I know that now that you have a climb speed. So when you tell me I climb, you're not going to have to roll anything because you simply walk. You're slower than when you walk on ground surface, but you can walk and go up and down and as much as you want without ever rolling any die, any
Great.
chance. And you can even fight while holding against a wall, as long as you can hold your feet or a foot and a hand. So that's really useful for anybody that wants to climb and go in and sneak.
And there's no charges with it, so you
And
can
there's no
keep on
charges.
doing it. That sounds like a
Awesome.
great one.
That sounds like a perfect thing for me. Thank you.
Yeah, just don't try to sleep in a tree thinking that you're going to stick to the tree. No, you need to hold your feet or hands. If you're in a tree, if you fall, you still fall.
If it would spit fire while you're climbing, then it would be really good.
Can't have everything.
So, the rest of the evening goes with eating lots of food, drinking lots of drink, and singing a lot of songs around the goblin fire. Because Morbirch is really good at doing fires. So making a big bonfire to wish the bad luck away, that is good at it. He knows how to do bonfires, big ones. Slowly during the night, one after the other, you will pass out in the camp and wake up early morning, kind of dozing out and wondering if it's your first day as heroes or your last day as goblins. Yes, you can do fire. And Mormuch knows how to manipulate fire and move the fire around and do fancy things with fire. So he's kind of the party goer and the charismatic leader, flamboyant personality of the tribe, showing off his dragon powers. Especially even now that he has even more dragon fire power with the gourd. In the morning, the clan meets and says goodbye to their heroes that are gonna adventure in the forest through the dangerous country of Lots Legs onto the dangerous area which is that boat to get back the dragon fire and make the clan great again. So, second part is exploration. In exploration, going back to the swamp. In exploration, we will go in theater of the mind mode, which is no more anything tactical, no map really. And I will describe what happens and you will tell me how you react. To go along that map, you can take the direct route, which is indicated on the map. It's kind of dangerous because it goes through the territory of Lots Legs, but you can circumvent that danger by either spending hours walking to go completely around that area, avoiding totally that spider, or you can try to use your survival skills to find tracks of wild animals going through that area, knowing that if you follow those tracks of wild animals, they surely have a path through all the spider webs that will not trigger Lot's legs and her ire, which should be a safe passage. Or you can simply go through the area and try to sneak, avoiding the bigger webs, and hopefully Lot's legs is not going to detect you. Or you can simply go out and yell at the monster and chop its head off, because it's a good way to go through the problem. So, which type of solutions would you like to try to do?
And we're allowed to run away from lots of legs, right?
And you are allowed to run away from lots of legs if needed. But you are heroes.
Okay.
Who knows?
No, we're not planning to, but
It's always good to have a plan B, C, D, and E.
Well, I think Poog, in typical confident and short-sighted fashion, just suggests going straight through as direct as possible. Zerengel will provide.
Yeah, and direct is always better because it's shorter and you can be back before dinner being heroes. So, all good.
and I can burn down all the webs while we go.
And what could go wrong? Fire versus web? No problem.
We are certain about the map. Seemed a little iffy. Are we sure about that?
It's a goblin map.
Yeah, it comes from the chief. It's got to be perfect.
It's a perfect
So
plan.
we go
Foolproof.
directly east, right?
So you go directly north.
Oh, but the map says go east.
Yeah, but
You're
that's
holding it
directly
north.
north. The chief knows
Okay.
where the boat is because it's a landmark.
Okay, it's Goblin North.
It's goblin north.
You just have to be facing the right way when you're holding the map.
Yeah. That's why the face is important. That's why you face the map. So we have two persons that want to go directly through the web, burning everything and showing that you're strong. Other opinions?
I will follow them because I'm small and used to being ordered around.
Okay. So
I
the group
guess Retta will go along.
So the group decides to simply head the problem straight on, because who cares when you're heroes? And Zerengel will provide. That's what Zerengel does. So you do go directly through the land of lots of legs. Okay, where is it? Showing you what a territory looks like. With a large spider webs that you burn easily through, scrambling away a lot of small spiders that you don't care about, because you're a goblin and anything smaller than you is no danger. If it was a danger, it would be bigger than you. So after a lot of walking, singing, and dancing, because that's how you do a quiet exploration of a group, you get close to what you know to be the main area where there's the densest web, and where you will try to see the spiders if you see it. So everybody will have to roll a perception to see if they're surprised by the spider as it comes.
Do you want to use the roll I already did, or shall I roll it?
You can use the same roll, or you can re-roll. I don't really care.
I'll reroll because that was crap.
So I don't have a perception skill. So is it intelligence?
Yeah, wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Oh, I've
Even
got great
worse.
wisdom.
So the group is going along, singing, and yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem? So you simply moving along, chugging and chonging, because no problem here. When from one of the webs, the spider appears and will surprise you because you had no idea that it was here and you were just burning all the spider webs that you were seeing slowly. So, how it works in game. Now you have something called a turn order that appeared. Role-playing games work in rounds. Rounds is 6 seconds during which you're going to be able to do a series of actions. You have what is called a turn order, which is in what order the players are going to act. And after everybody has played, we restart the turn order and react again with that same order. To get your initiative, there is an aid about that, or to roll initiative. Or to roll initiative, you select your character on the battle map, and you click your die where it's written in it. And meanwhile, I'll do the same with the monster. I got Bhock and Mormich.
I don't see me on the map.
You are in the middle of a map.
You have to scroll down.
Oh, there we
probably.
go. Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a vertical map. So, yeah, Reda, you didn't select your token before rolling initiative. So select your token. Yeah, good. It's down. And
Wow, a lot of high rolls.
oh yeah. But goblins are fast.
And we are heroes.
And you're heroes. And I'm missing one. I'm missing
Didn't
Gusty.
work. Okay.
Select your character. And click on the die in it, in your character sheet.
On my armor class or the int? Is that it?
No, it's a little red thing next to your armor class on the far, far right.
Here it is. So I sort, descending, and not surprising because spiders are fast. Spider is gonna be surprising you and be the first to act. So second aid on how combat works. Oops, wrong. Oh crap. I'm reloading. I'm back. So, on your turn, I just showed you a help. You can do 3 things. First thing, you can move. You can move up to 6 squares on the combat map. Sadly, Pythagoras is in effect in this world and in the next. So if you do 2 diagonals, it costs you 3 squares of movement. So if you do 4 diagonals, it costs you your 6 squares of movement. So move. You can do your move at any time, and you can split your move between everything else. So you could move 2 squares, do something, and finish moving your 4 squares, or move only 3. Doesn't really matter. Action. You can do one thing, which is doing an attack, casting a spell. You can move again, which is called a double move. You can hide. If nobody can see you, you can roll stealth to hide. You can use a long and complicated item, which excludes potions. Potions are separate. Or you can do any action that you deem that you want to do, like jumping from tree to tree, do acrobatics, whatever. As long as you can describe it and there's a role for it, you can do that. And the last type of action, which is the last thing you can do, is a bonus action, which is a quick action you can do. As a goblin, you can run away, because that's what goblins do. They're fast, they're agile, they can run away easily. You can hide, because goblins are small, so they know how to hide very fast. You can drink a potion, because drinking a potion, you have a big mouth, you have a small potion, you just chug it. You try to avoid having too many pieces of metal or glass in your mouth, but that's easy to drink a potion, even a goblin potion. So I will act in initiative order. I will do, for my spider, I will move 3 squares to the closest creature. And she will use one of her actions, which is called webbing, which is going to spit a web on Rita to try to cocoon her into a web. Because that's what lots of legs does. So I'm going to show you a picture of lots of legs, so you know what you're facing on. A nice and pretty lady, quite new. Oh, everybody's silent. Hello?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay.
I see it.
A nice
I'm
and pretty lady.
terrified beyond the ability to speak.
That even the boss kind of afraid of it, because he really doesn't like spiders. He got bad stories about spiders, so yeah, when it has too many eyes and too many legs, yeah, he's kind of iffy on that. So she's gonna try to attack Rita and web her. So I do a 14. Rita, what is your armor class?
15.
15, so she misses you. All rolls are, I roll something, and it has a difficulty that you tell me, and when you roll something, it has a difficulty that I tell you. So she tried to web you, but your armor and dress protected you, and you are not cocooned. That was a move and her action, and she has nothing else with her bonus action. So it's at Rita. Rita, you can do your move or not, because you're in melee, so it doesn't really matter. You can do an action.
Well, Retta's obviously going to have to poke the big spider.
So are you going to poke this big spider with your big slicer or with the horse killer? It's a choice. You're more familiar with the dog slicer, but the horse killer is a bigger weapon that hurts a bit more. You just have to tell me what weapon you're going to hit with.
I'm going to go with the horse killer.
So
for
click
more
on your
damage.
dog slicer, and I know the modifiers. So in your action, yeah, the big dog slicer. So you hit it square with your big horse killer, and it's hurt because you do hurt. A big gush. Of course, wrong keyboard. A big gash, a big wound on the side, showing that you mean business. You're not named Retta. Big bad for no reason. Boog. Unless you want to move away. You want to stay here or you want to move away? Retta.
Katsumi, are you gonna stay close?
Yeah, Red is a melee fighter, so until she's hurt, she's probably not going to run away.
Okay, so here we are, Poog.
Okay, well, I'm gonna charge straight in.
So
screaming
you do
about
your move,
Zarangel.
screaming.
Can I hold any part of my turn for like as like a reaction?
Not really. Because you don't have anything really useful as a reaction for an action. Right now, you're gonna hit that creature pretty easily because she's already engaged. The spider is already engaged with Retta.
Right. I mean, like if I had instead of using my bonus action, can I ready something as a bonus action to be triggered later?
It's an action to ready an action.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, then I'd like to rush in and
You're gonna use your slicer to explain to
yeah.
it. No, so guidance is an action to use. So if you use guidance, that means you're not acting this round. You will attack next round.
Oh, I see. I thought it was a bonus.
No, it's an action. So it's good out of combat because you don't really care. You have time. It's harder in combat unless you want to use it on somebody else and give them a bonus, which also works.
Okay, then in that case, I'll use my little dog slicer, and I can use this, right?
Yes. So the first attack hits because you are helping somebody else, and that person helps you to hit. So in that case, you have advantage, and the best of the two rolls is 21 for your attack. So you do it. And you can use your Bolt of Inspiration. You have 2 a day, so you use one of them and do another attack. So that sadly misses.
Good.
Because the best of the two is 7, which is not enough. You feel inspired, but you get kind of carried away. But you gave it a good gush and explained to it that Zarangel is so much better than anything spiders do, to which the spider does not answer because it has nothing to say about it. Chuffy!
Typical spider.
Typical spider. They know nothing. You try to convert spiders, but the best spiders are small spiders and you put them in cages, like Chuffy does.
Okay. Chuffy is going to move in.
So you move up to 6 squares and put yourself wherever you want.
Be there and is going to use Wound Maker.
So you click on Wound Maker. And because you are fighting an opponent which is engaged with others, you also have an advantage and you do your stabby stab damage. Because you know how to hit. So best of 2 is 16 and you do 6 plus 6, 12 points of damage. The spider is almost dead, gashing blood and poisons from its wounds.
Can I take a couple of steps back away from the spider?
Your bonus action can be, yeah, I stab and now I go away. That's your bonus action. You can move away from it.
That's what I did then.
Can you move away without using your bonus action and then use the bonus action?
Yes. Yeah, but usually for goblins, the best bonus action is either hide or move. Hide or run away. Or drink a potion.
You would have to take the attack of opportunity.
No, there's no attack opportunity. There's no attack in opportunity in 5th edition unless the monster has a special ability. That provides one, which is not that common.
Oh,
Focused on Rita anyway, right?
Yes, there's no more attack opportunity in 5th edition.
Really? I've been playing a lot of D-Doll, and they were using attack of opportunity every time.
Yeah, because if you are there's powers like Sentinel that if you're doing something in melee, like attacking a friend, you're gonna get hit, or if you're casting a spell, you're gonna get hit, etc. There's a few powers, but that's at a higher level. You don't have that kind of things at level 1.
Okay. They've been playing it wrong then.
It depends what edition, but 5th edition, there's no attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it was 5th edition, but never mind.
If it's higher level, yes, it works. There's some powers to do it. Marmurch, a dragon kin.
I got a question. Do I have to worry about hitting my friends if I cast a firebolt?
A firebolt, no. The firebomb, yes. And the firebomb, if you cast the firebomb here, you even hit yourself. Because it hits 3 squares around. As a radius. So everybody would be in it.
No, I'm not going to do that, but I'm thinking of moving down to this square, and I can still cast the firebolt.
Absolutely. You can even cast the firebolt from where you are and move after.
Okay, I will cast one from here then.
Okay, so you cast firebolt. You simply click on it.
If I can find it. There it is.
You click on the spell. So you're an expert, because 23 is a really good roll. And you expertly show your finger, say bang, bang. A bolt of fire goes out of your finger and kills the spider, burning it to a crisp.
Aha! Pew pew!
And you blow your finger. That's how it's done. And the spider is dead. You have killed lots of legs. And many baby goblins will survive from now on.
We are heroes.
Can Jeffy go up and try to cut off? I guess the legs are probably too big to carry an entire leg, but something as a trophy to bring back to prove?
Oh, yes. And I think even... Yes, Jeffy can cut part of the pieces.
The fangs, the front fangs. And
that's what I was thinking of doing.
And Marmurch is an expert at alchemy. He knows alchemical knowledge-ish. So he uses that to retrieve a poison of a spider.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he knows stuff. He got dragon knowledge. He knows how to blow up stuff and does poison also.
Okay, yeah, that poison will be useful.
Did we get through that without any damage?
Yeah, he can do that because he knows. He's not sure it's going to do anything because there will be rolls later on. But he retrieves a glands of poison without poisoning himself. And he can try to apply it to weapons later on and see what happens, if anything. Who knows? It's a knowledge-ish of alchemical things.
Yep, I have a lot of knowledge-ish.
Yes, it's a knowledge-ish. But Jeffy retrieves 2 fangs of lots of legs to show off and perhaps one day make bigger daggers. It will be stabby with fangy.
We killed 2 of these big spiders, as far as anyone knows.
There's only one lots of legs, unless she has a sister. But nobody knew
Maybe.
because nobody asked.
Chuffy
Exactly.
asked if once if the alchemist could put some of the poison on her weapon, when I don't know at what point would that poison be usable? Whenever you decide.
Probably just before a battle. But yeah, you could use it. It's a good test to find out if it works.
I wish
Oh,
to be a test subject on my weapon.
Is there some? I'd like to take some kind of like recognizable trophy as proof that we killed this guy.
So you
lady.
pop a few of her eyes because she has plenty of them, so you can get a few of them. You'll try not to squish them too much, so avoid being crushed under a bull rush or falling off on top from a cliff. Otherwise, you'll need to come back here and collect more eyes. But yeah, spider eyes are that size. They can only come from one monster, and that's lots of legs. So for those that have the skill survival, they can roll survival.
Hey, I'm rolling so well.
Yeah, you're just gonna follow the track. So only one person has survival. Ooh, Reda. Reda knows about survival. And she knows that surely a nest, which is just here, surely has spider eggs that it would be better to destroy.
Fire!
So she says that, and instantly Marmuch puts a huge bonfire and starts burning all that stuff. Without asking if, yeah, perhaps there was something in it. That's okay. It does crispy, crackle, popple, all the sounds of Rice Krispies, of eggs popping up in the fire. Yeah, it's gonna be clean with a pillar of smoke coming from that area.
Do we want to do a perception check to check the nest afterward and see if there's anything in there?
If there was something, if it was fireproof, perhaps it still exists. If it's not fireproof, it's burned.
It's gone.
Hey,
had
you
to be
said
done.
fire, he shot. Is a good answer.
Note to self: check the nest first next time.
Hey, that's what beginners' adventurers don't do. They look for loot after burning it.
I don't care about loot. I just like seeing the fire.
Yeah, you said fire, he shot.
What are the chances that maybe there's something metallic in that nest that wouldn't burn in the fire?
It's possible. You're gonna have to wait for 10-15 minutes for the fire to subside and just.
Be patient. We'll go.
So you do continue on your track, and the rest of the journey till the big boat is quite uneventful because you've been through the biggest monster around here, and that monster had cleared the full zone of all dangers. So yeah, she did the job for you, and you did a job on her. And you do get onto the old wreck, and you should be loading a map, a new map.
I see it.
So you're at the top left of the map. For those have big screens. Yes. I see some icons moving, so you took control back of your icons.
By the way, you can shrink and grow the map with your mouse wheel.
Yeah, my mouse wheel is about moving the map. Depends what your mouse wheel does. So if you go at the very bottom right of the map, you have to scroll down a lot, you will see a side view of a boat. So you're not sure how that boat got where it is, unless they built some legs and decided to remove the legs and it stopped where it was. Or perhaps it was a frog boat, and it just jumped from the water, and because it has sea legs and not land legs, the sea legs don't work on land and it stopped where it is. Or they build a boat here, which is weird, because usually you build a boat on the water. That's where boats go. You're not really sure, but there's a boat. There's a boat. It looks like it's been here for some time, so it's kind of rotting because it's still a marsh. It has a ladder at the front that gets to that first level of a boat, a ladder that goes to the second level of a boat, and kind of a house and small structure on top that have been added to the boat. It looks like it's a recent addition, or at least less old addition. So it's kind of a weird boat that has a house built on the boat with a piece which is hanging on the front. You don't know who's the designer, but that's not how you do that, according to the few things you know about boats and houses. Did you all see the side pictures of a boat in the bottom right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's gonna, that map is a multi-level map, so it would be kind of confusing very fast, depending where you are. So if you go back to the top, you will see the boat seen from above. It is surrounded by a large fence. It's not a tall fence. It's a fence to hold oars that you can see at the west of the boat, close to the ladder. And the boat is surrounded by trees. And yes, between the trees are kind of vines, which are hanging from one tree to another. And you have ropes between the different masts of the boat. The tree that you see, the horse that you see, named Stomp, wrong one, this one, it's a nice looking horse. Yeah, nice looking.
It is huge.
Yeah, that's all goblins see horses. A monster from the abyss. Something that is gonna eat them all. Something huge. Something dangerous.
Wait, is this like Goblin's perception of a horse, or is this
That's
what the
the
horse
goblin
actually looks like?
perception of a horse.
Oh, okay.
It's not that bad, really, but that's how goblins, which are much smaller, perceive a horse. And it's danger. But you're safe, you're outside the fence, and the fence is here to prevent it from going out. So right now we are still in exploration mode.
Telling Rita to stay calm.
Yeah. So right now we're still in exploration mode, and as long as you do not take any offensive or start any offensive action, or get into range of any of the dangers on the map, we still stay in that exploration mode where you can freely do and declare what you're doing in preparation for combat. So anything that you want to do in preparation and how you want to approach this boat, this plank, and this horse.
The map indicated the... What was the map indicating about the location of the Dragonfire?
The Dragonfire is in the boat, according to the map. And it had stuff around the boat, which are surely trees.
I'd say we take a lap.
So you're gonna take a lap around.
Yeah, look for anything, any like ways in, or just take a full 360 view.
So you can move around. You don't have to move your token. You can go around the map and look. You can roll perception checks as you're going around the map to try to sneak and peek what is on the boat and what you hear from the boat. Yeah, Pug is not really interested by those tactics. Yeah, no, he sees nothing except the horse. That's the only thing he cares about. That's the only thing he sees. There's a fence and there's a horse in it and there's a tree. Chuffy, yeah, there's trees, there's a boat.
Chuffy is looking for a good spot to maybe climb over the fence, get up into a tree, and get to the boat.
So it's a horse fence. So as you are small, you can go even under it. So that's easy. You can sneak almost anywhere in the perimeter and access any of the trees without being seen from the horse, as long as you do it from a side. Mormush. Not interested by that at all.
Yeah.
That's not his stuff.
I found some beautiful flowers, though.
Yeah. Stuff to burn. And you found firewood. That's wood you put and you can make fire with it. Reda, as more of a tactician from it, she thinks, because she knows about dogs. She hates dogs. She smells dogs. So she thinks that there are dogs on the boat. She heard some yapping, so she thinks that there are dogs somewhere on the boat. But they are not inside for now. So if Chuffy wants to sneak and get to one of the tree and climb in a tree, or climb in the boat, you just decide and move your token where you want to be and roll your stealth. Because you don't have to roll anything to climb.
Wait, before you go, are you scouting or are you just going in?
Scouting. So I'm looking for things as I'm in here. So what do I need to do for that?
So you move your token where you want to go, and you roll stealth to do it hiding and stealthing around. So you go to that tree and climb up the tree. And as you get on top, you see that there are vines that go from tree to tree, those green lines. They've been attached and grown. So it's kind of weird for you. So you turn to your friend and say, "Hey, there's vines!" Which is totally discreet. That's weird! And
like they've been tied up there?
Yeah, they've been tied up there. So as you're yelling to tell your comrades about that, what you found, which is totally discreet. Yeah, they don't speak Goblin. So you do see 2 dogs, and now you should see them on your map, that look in your direction and start barking.
Excellent work.
Excellent work. Plan A. Success.
Yep, absolutely.
So what do the others want to do now that you have dogs barking?
Do they see her or are they just barking?
Oh, they heard somebody yelling from a tree. So
They
they started
probably
barking at whatever was yelling, and they can surely can smell that there's something which is not theirs.
But they haven't detected her yet.
They detected it, but they didn't see her. And I'm going to show you what the 2 dogs look like. Sculptung and Tiggletooth. Very nice little small dogs.
Terrifying.
I think the horse is the biggest danger.
Depends. If you ask Greta, horse, she can deal with horses. She has a big horse killer. And
that's true.
I thought
But
she had
she
a dog.
hates dogs. She hates dogs.
She hates dogs, but she has also the horse killer. So the horse killer is surely going to get rid of the horse pretty fast.
Yeah, and it probably isn't any good against the dogs.
It's not as good, but she hurts dogs very hard also because she hates dogs and she knows how to fight dogs and she doesn't like dogs. She's not a puppy dog princess. So we still
Well,
didn't start the combat mode, and what others want to do while dogs are barking.
I kind of want to throw a big fire thing on the boat, but it probably would be a bad idea.
So
that there's
you're in a marsh, so yes, it will cause damage, but you doubt that it's going to catch fire and burn the boat because it's
Oh,
a
okay.
very
But
wet
there's
wood.
but
And
isn't
I-
there dragon fire somewhere around here?
That's also the second point. You pointed said, oh yeah, and if it burns, there will be a big boom boom, knowing that the dragon fire you're supposed to retrieve is surely no more.
Oh, that would be bad.
And that's going to be hard to explain to the boss.
It makes me sad, but I guess we'll have to not burn it right away.
Or at least in small patches.
If anyone wants me to put a little bit of poison on their weapon, I can do that.
Yeah, Chaffee
Yes.
wanted that, but she's far away right now.
Assuming
How many
hide and
weapons do you have enough for?
depends on how much I put on each of them.
You're just gonna dip the weapon in it and hope it does something.
Yeah.
and doesn't
Might as well dip my dog slicer in it.
Oh, that sounds like an excellent weapon to poison. So it sounds like I can I do everybody's blade?
Yes, you can do everybody's blade, but Chaffee is gonna have to come back if Chaffee wants to do
Okay.
its blade.
Am I able to do that now that they have sensed me?
They're just barking right now. It's dogs barking, so you can leave. Nobody's shooting at you. They don't have bows and arrows. So you come back, you poison the blades, or you dip the blades in poison. We'll see what it does later. And how do you want to prepare for the fight to come? Because at some time you'll have to pass that fence and get rid of the dogs and the horse.
How long should we wait to see if the dog rouses any other people who might be in there?
You can wait a few minutes and see if the dogs stop.
Do you want to run around to the other side of the boat from where the horsey is before we try to go in and engage the dogs? Or do we have to go up that ramp to get the dogs?
The problem is the dogs are on the first floor, so unless you climb on the side of a boat, you need to use the ramp to go up to access the dogs. Or you climb by the trees and drop on the boat, which is another
Or
way.
maybe if we had a ladder on a cloak?
Yes, there's a ladder on a cloak. You can do your own ladder.
Well, Poog is pretty sure that there's got to be a human in there because dogs and horses always come with humans, right?
Oh yeah. No goblin would dare have a horse and a dog. Wouldn't be a goblin.
Well, the chief definitely said to kill the horses and dogs and men that we see, so we know what we need to do.
So the question is are we going for the horse or the dog first?
Oh, the horse for sure.
So we probably just want to go, like, well, if we can climb under the fence, we may as well just go right through rather than bother to walk around to that like opening that we can see, right?
Yeah, or you can even
Just
go
rush
through
it?
the fence and get close to the horse before passing the fence. The horse is just wandering around, or you can wait for the horse to come to your side. Doesn't really matter. It's moving around.
Or we could maybe make a little piece of fire on the just inside the fence to attract the horse, or no?
I don't think it'd be attracted to fire.
Like a flute? I could
Yeah,
climb
you could
over
play
and sing
music.
a song.
Wait, we're trying to attract it?
Yeah.
Why don't we just walk around and just go under the fence and attack it wherever it is?
I'm going to walk over to the fence here,
Mhm.
and I will start to sing a song. Chuffy's face might make you sick, but Chuffy's knife is awful quick. And if you are her stabby pick, the knife goes in you. Stick, stick, stick!
Oh, that was beautiful.
So, and now that everybody wants to start combat, Rita, you can put your starting position from the fence, because I'm pretty sure you're close to the fence, be ready to jump. Everybody will start and roll initiative to know how it's going to work.
I forgot to click on my guy.
Yes, you have to click on your guy.
Oh, I guess I did. Never mind.
Okay, good. And I go in descending order. So Mormush is first, because he's the fastest. When he started to say go, go is like saying fire. Mormush is always first to shoot and ask question later, perhaps. Not always the questions. So you go under the fence to have a direct and positive line of sight to that monstrosity of a horse, and you...
And I'm going to cast Firebolt at it.
So you point your finger and say pew pew, and you hit with a critical for 7 points of damage, hurting it badly. As you singe it on the side, showing that it's a monster. Look, it bleeds. Unlike heroes that do not bleed, they are brave and they do not cry. Do you want to run away to put more distance, or you're going to stand your ground because you are the dragon incarnated?
I am going to run away.
So you can use your bonus to move up to
Oh,
the...
actually, I think I went my full movement.
No, you did your move. You didn't even use your full movement. You did 3 squares to movement. You still have 3 squares from your move. And after that, you have your bonus where you can move 6 extra.
Oh, okay. So I'll run away.
So Mormuch does a tactical retreat, putting distance between him and the horse, just to be sure that somebody else will be in front.
I'm bravely retreating.
Yeah, it's a tactical retreat. Retta.
Oh, Retta, can she even get there? She charges the horse with the large horse killer.
So you have 6
That's what it
squares of
stood
movement.
for.
You have 6 squares of movement, which is exactly what you need to get in melee with a horse. So move in melee to a horse, 6 squares. Just move your 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 6. 6 squares of movement. You're exactly in melee. And you can hit it with your... Use the dog slicer, and I know the modifier. Okay, so you hit with a 23. So on the top left, you have a die. And in the die, you go to the D6 line and click on 3. Because you need to roll 3 D6 extra damage. Because it's a horse killer. It kills horses. So you do 11 plus 6, 17 points of damage, and you kill the horse, as its name symbolizes what a horse is. Dead.
The rest should be easy now.
So you do hear dogs barking on the top. Not that the horse was doing much noise, especially after being crisped. And combat ends. Because the dogs are not going to climb down the ladder to come to you. No, that's not what dogs do. They are way more civilized. They use only elevators.
It
Never
makes you wonder
see
how they got
dogs
up
going
there.
down the ladder. Yeah, it'd be like.
Yeah, they can climb down a ladder once. And that's about it.
Well,
Well,
they
should
could
we
probably jump down.
should we sneak on board?
Oh, sneaking is not going to... They're barking, so they know that you're there. But they're not going to go down. But you can decide what approach you want to do. If you want to use that ladder to go up, use the trees, you want to get your own ladder out, or if you want to climb on the side.
We could wait to see if that draws out the man. They tend to like their horses.
Yeah, but did we kill it before it made much noise?
Oh, the horse didn't make much noise. The dogs have started again barking. The last time he didn't trigger anything.
Roll perception to see if any humans have made an appearance.
So you can, you can try to watch and listen around. So, Boog, the other ones you're not really sure. You hear some movement. Boog is sure that there's a third dog. Because you're keen on perception and you think that there's a third dog somewhere which is barking. Because from time to time you hear the two others and you think there's a third one. And after a while, you think that you heard somebody talking or yelling at them. And it's kind of strange. The voice didn't speak in human. You know humans. No, the voice spoke in Goblin. But no Goblin would ever be associated with dogs and horses.
There must be a prisoner on the ship. Could we wait for them to calm down and then sneak on board?
You can wait.
Take a 5-minute bio.
We can pause for 5 minutes if you want, sure.
Sounds
Actually,
good.
that's a great idea.
Okay, 5-minute bio.
I'll be back.
Could I also ask what time of day is it?
It is any time of day you want it to get in. So it can be midday, or it can be the end of the day, or it can be in the middle of the night. Whenever you want to do the attack.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, since we have dark vision, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's not going to help too much against the dogs, but if there's a human that we think is on board, we might have a bit of an advantage. If we want to wait a little while for the dogs to calm down, maybe we could say it's dusk right now and we're just going to like wait an hour for it to be darker.
That sounds good. Also, any light sources might give us a clue about other people.
Oh, yeah, good idea. And that'll give time to see if anyone comes out to notice that the horse is dead. Do we want to discuss maybe retrieving the meat from the horse when we can? Because it's going to be nice, tasty, cooked horse flesh.
That's a good idea, but maybe we should wait till it's
Oh yeah,
safe.
definitely. Yeah, no, not now, but just before we go. Because I bet the chief would love it if we bring him some nice cooked horse meat. And Chuffy's going to be kind of drooling just smelling it, by the way.
Yeah, there's one part which is juicy and all burnt. Mmm.
I'm back.
So is everybody back?
Would it be okay for Chuffy to just kind of sneak over to where the dead horse is and try to kind of lick it a little bit?
Oh yeah, you can always sneak and go behind the carcass, try to find the best burned place, part of the
I don't
meat.
want to do anything that would be loud or anything, but maybe, yeah, can I just kind of like,
You can start chopping part of the meat where it's fully cooked, because there's one side of a horse which is fully cooked, where Mugmatch did in Magic.
I'm going to go around to behind the horse's body from line of sight of the boat and just try to, cut off a nice little a carryable chunk of meat.
Yeah, I was
Do a
wondering
horse
what it
cutlet.
tastes like too.
I hate horse so very much. I just would think that this would be quite a delicacy.
It is very lean, a bit burnt, because it's been cooked very fast. Katsumi, are you back? No, not yet.
I'm going to, after I get my couple of, say, 2 chunks of meat, I take a few bites of one of them, and I'm going to go back out here. Is that okay?
For now, you are cutting the meat, because I think others are going to be interested in what you're doing, and they're going to come and ask you to cut some of it for them.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna cut off a chunk too. I gotta find out what that tastes like. I don't mind if it's burnt.
If I want to eat one of the 2 chunks, do I have something in my pack of stuff that I could wrap the meat in, intending to give it to the chief when we get back?
Yeah, sure.
I realize it could well be like old and moldy by that time, but that's my intention.
And you could have eaten half of it also before getting back. But that's intention counts.
If it's old and moldy, that just adds extra flavor.
Yeah, if it's extra protein.
Yeah, but yeah. It wouldn't be refrigerated. I don't know how long it'll take us to get back.
That means you're providing a salad too.
Like you're thinking.
I have an interface question real quick.
Sure. Go on.
For some reason, I've got this button that's just extra that says Dex 14.
You have a button that's...
It's like pinned on top of my my other little menu buttons.
I would recommend you to do a Control F5. It's going to fully refresh your screen. And it's going to clean up some glitch. There's some glitches from time to time that appear, visual.
Oh, yeah, that took care of it. Thanks.
I had to do it a few times already. But you have to reselect your, in the chat, your icon. Here it is. Katsumi, are you back?
I'm here.
Yeah, everybody's back.
We're
So
eating the horse.
So Chuffy is cutting pieces of the horse that has been cooked on one side, like Mormuch, and is trying to chew on it. And Mormuch came and wants a piece of it also because he's the one that did all the work. So the Spook and Rita want also to be part of the feast that started. It's only one part which is cooked. There's not going to be that much for everybody, but it's better than nothing.
Sure. Greta's going to have some horse that, I mean, obviously she deserves it.
Mm-hmm. And she can
For
chop
sure.
it real good.
I cooked it, but you killed it.
The Spook wants to come and partake to the feast?
Poog wants to come so bad, but he has decided to keep watch, and his mouth is watering thinking about the horse.
Yeah, he's the smart one. He knows it's a trap. You don't know how it's a trap, but it is a trap. So as Poog is watching, Poog does see something weird happening. Poog sees a big frog jumping on top of a boat from somewhere behind that, outside your line of sight. Yeah, not this one. Yeah. A big, huge toad. Like at least 150, 200 pounds toad. Jumping on top of a boat and looking...
That's unusual.
And looking at the three goblins chopping a horse for some meat.
If that's a pet, how big is his owner?
And what does it eat? If it's a mosquito, the size of a mosquito.
Yeah.
Well, I call over to the others as discreetly as possible and make sure that they see this thing and it's watching them.
I hide.
So people that want to hide can roll stealth. And people that want to stay and finish what they're doing, they just stay and finish what they're doing.
I'm going to hide behind the horse.
So Poog is hiding behind the fence. He basically is hiding his head behind a pillar of a fence with most of his body visible on both sides. But he cannot see anything else, so it's surely hidden. Mormuch is hiding behind the horse with his body visible on the side of the horse, but his head is hidden, so it's surely super hidden. And Chuffy is cutting pieces of horse and stuffing them in his mouth wondering, yeah, he's behind the horse, he's surely hidden. As he's munching an extra piece while others are doing whatever they want. Does Reda want to hide, or does Reda wants to simply stay where she is? As a proud princess waiting for a pony.
I think she's going to stay where she is. Because, I mean, so far we have triumphed over all of our foes.
Easily. So 6 seconds later, because somebody was moving, I'm going to describe the person you see, and we're going to enter combat mode. So you do see an old goblin figure, weird, which is on the top, looking down at you. And we're going to enter initiative.
Do we recognize this goblin?
That will be the first action according to... Whoops, good. It's not this one. Yes, it will be your first action to ask me who that person is, because very few person know who she is.
I have history, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a lot of things to roll. Okay, did all the players? Yes, all the players rolled. So the old goblin on top. Ooh, my grandkids. Welcome, welcome to Granny Volca. I'm so happy to see you. Nobody ever visits me. You brought gifts, I hope. Or you brought your bodies. In any case, Granny Volca, Granny Volca is going to be happy to see you. Come, come. I just want a bite of you.
Would you like some of this horse? It's half cooked.
I will start with fingers and tongues and ears. Crispy crisp, I like my goblins.
Generally speaking, like stranger goblins, we wouldn't be like just assume that they'd be friends or enemies, would we?
Goblins usually are neutral one to another unless you enter the another tribe area, but they would have put a claim, and usually a single goblin is not too much of a problem. You do have wanderers goblins that have been banned from one tribe or another, or adventurer goblins, there's a few of them.
And is this considered our territory?
Yeah, the Brainstomp Marsh is your territory. So that goblin is intruding on your territory. Even if it's a part of a territory you don't go too often because it had lots of legs in the middle on the path to it. So that was kind of a part of a marsh that you were avoiding.
Well, not anymore. I think we just laid a new claim.
Yeah, perhaps. Who knows? So she's gonna point a stick towards the three of you on the south, not Pog, and say, "Stay where you are, my children. I will come to you and hit you." And she does cast a small spell called Entangle. So everybody will have to do a strength to be able to move in the area, and I'm going to draw the area. So as long as you stay within that square, you will be restrained in your movement. Unless you succeed a strength check versus that DC 12. It's a strength one. And every square that you move inside that area counts double, because you're fighting against the grabs, which is grappling you. It will be on your turn that you will roll. The first is Chuffy. Chuffy is failed a strength check, so Stuffy is stuck where Stuffy is. So you're going to surely hide behind the horse to try to provide some cover while you're stuck and trying to cut the freaking grass which is holding your feet.
Is that me?
Yes, Chuffy.
Yes, Chuffy.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds good. I will. Would would my weapon be any good at cutting the grass, or am I just gonna do it anyway?
You're going to do it anyway. It's not going to really help, but it's the principle of doing something instead of standing and doing nothing.
Sounds good. I will do that.
Mr. Yes.
Am I able to try to shoot her with my crossbow?
Yes, you can try. No, it's a short bow, but yes, you can. It's hard because you're not really good with ranged weapons, but you can try to shoot it. Shoot her with your bow.
Does nimble escape mean they can make more than one attempt at escaping this turn?
No. Nimble is just to try to run away. If you're not restrained, and right now she's restrained. So your bow goes straight and I'm gonna check. Wait. No, it misses the target. Almost. It bounces on the armor that she has. Just glazing and doing no apparent damage. But still, you hit her. First blow. Not really blood, but whatever. Lord the Long Tongue. Lord the Long Tongue is gonna bounce, jumping 10 feet, and he's gonna do nothing because you're way too far away from anything. Nothing. Nothing. Rita. Rita, you start with a strength save. So saving throw strength. So you can move. Each square costs half. Costs 12 twice. So each square costs 2 to move. But you can move out of a zone and be free of those vines blocking your body. So
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's 2 and 4. That's 6. That's your first full move to get out of that crap. You can use your action to start another move and start climbing the ladder if you want. But if you do that, I'm gonna need a perception roll.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe Chuffy had the right idea, and can I use my short bow to attack her?
Oh yeah, you can use your short bow to attack her.
Toad.
or the toad. They are both visible on the top of
That's
a small
probably.
addition.
I don't know about the toad, but the toad so far hasn't arrived yet. So let's probably use the short bow against the goblin for.
Sure. So you click on your short bow. So now you don't have a real good line of sight and shoot and hit the structure, and not the goblin, which is on top of it. And we get that Boog.
Okay. Does the height of the boat give any extra distance there?
Not really. Not for magic. Magic comes from the sky, so yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I like to use my sacred flame. I'm not sure I'm close enough, though.
A sacred flame, I think, has 12 square for range. So you 1, 2, 3, 6. The goblin is too far. The toad is close enough, but you can move and get closer.
Sorry, I disconnected. I got some weird feedback. Can you repeat that?
So the sacred flame has 12 squares for range, so the goblin is a bit too far unless you move closer. But the toad is in range from where you are.
Okay, then I want to roast that toad.
So do you sacred flame? For the long time, you're gonna try to avoid that. So it's a dexterity save. And it misses and takes 6 damage.
We're going to have frog legs tonight.
Yeah. Frog is starting to crisp and burn. Visibly unhappy from what you did. You're gonna stay where you are, or you're gonna move? Or hide.
Is
You
it?
can hide. You can try to
Yeah, I
hide.
was just gonna ask if I could try to hide. Do I have to roll stealth?
Yes, you can roll stealth to try to hide behind your pillar. Your head is behind the pillar. You're sure that nobody saw you cast a spell and burn a frog. Mormush. That's gonna do his strength saving throw.
Yeah, I did that. I rolled a 5. I assume that
so
fails.
you cannot move, but nothing prevents you from shooting your most powerful magics.
Yep. Yes, the most powerful magic in the swamp.
In the swamp and out of the swamp, surely.
Yes, as far as I know. A firebolt to the lady.
You do have a gourd if you want to use it.
I don't think I have the range, do I?
Gourd, I think, is 12 squares also. I'm checking.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's 5 squares to shoot. No, it's
Yeah,
very
I
short
thought so.
distance. Yeah, firebolt is working.
Yep. So I
Oh
rolled
yeah, firebolt
22.
it's firebolts. It's Granny Vorka. First damage down to her. Hey, that's not how you treat an old lady. I'm the one crisping you. You're not crisping me. And sadly, you cannot move. And hiding where you are is not really.
Now I'm perfectly safe from her because I have resistance.
So, Granny. Granny sees that you are bad children. You don't treat people like that. That's not how you do and treat people. That's sad of you, and that's not nice of you. Mm-hmm.
Is she really our grandmother?
Not really. Surely not. She's surely somebody's grandmother.
She's
But
very
not-
beautiful. For an old lady, at least.
So she's gonna
A little late to try to seduce her.
she's gonna move and walk down. So she's walking against the walls as if she had the same ring that you have, that Mormach has. Just simply walking down and 2 floors down to get in front of that.
It's the ring
But-
I have. Chuffy.
Yes, Jeffy has. To get in front of the ladder. And she's gonna create fire and point a dragon fire to Rita, trying to hurt her with a dragon fire.
Don't waste it.
That's mine!
We need that.
Yeah, she needs it, and you can need it in the face.
Well, Zarangel says it's ours now.
So she's starting triggering one that does a flamboyant sparkle of fire that hits Rita for 1 point of damage. She's not too bad. And Rita, your dress is on fire.
This makes Rita very mad.
Yeah. She must be jealous because you're a princess and she's old. Jeffy. Jeffy has to make his strength save.
If I were to use my potion of jump, would that get me out of
No,
the
you need first
first to be out of it? Okay.
Yeah, first to be out of it, and after that you can drink your potion as a bonus action, then jump as a move.
I can just move. If I just
Or you
didn't
can
know,
just move.
I didn't know if that would like get me out of it. Okay.
So first your strength saving throw. No, you're still stuck. That's unacceptable. That's not how things do.
Am I able to
You can still shoot.
okay, but I can't like hide or anything like that or use my ring or
Not really, because you're stuck in position. You can hide behind the horse, but she kind of knows where you are as you didn't move.
I will use the pointy bits again.
So pointy bits.
I'm not pushing the button hard enough. Clearly.
Now you must keep clicking on the pointy bits. Yeah.
It was
So
like
you do hurt her. The arrows is stuck directly into her this time, not glancing on her armor, and you do hurt her. No, sticks is for meat, not me. I'll put you on a stick. You'll see. Lord Longtongue. Lord Longtongue is gonna jump down, boom, and he's gonna throw his tongue to try to grab Rita because she's out of the zone, moving around.
Is she still on fire?
Yeah, she's still on fire. So Lord Longtongue grabs Rita, and Rita is moved to him and entangled in his tongue. It's kind of slimy. It doesn't help, and you're on fire. Really, everybody
Burning
hates you here because you're the princess. And you don't want to kiss that frog. That's not how it works.
If she's on fire, does that hurt his tongue?
No, not really. No, no. Retta, which is almost kissing a frog. So you are grabbed by a frog, and if you want to get out, you have to use your athletics to throw your muscles around and explain the frog that no, that's not how it works. So that's athletics. It's in athletics. So 15. Yes, you succeed. DC 14. So yes. So you are free of his tongue, but you are very close to it. You can kiss him as your action, or you can smack it with your weapon as another action. Different goal. But he could
Well,
be your
obviously,
prince.
no, definitely not. We're gonna slice at that tongue with our big old pointy stick.
So are you slicing with your dog slicer or with the horse chopper?
Let's use the dog slicer itself.
Okay, so dog slicer it is. Yeah, it's too slimy. And because you disengage from that and you're kind of in fire, you do not really connect and hurt your future ex-prince. Hitting him for no effect. Boog! In total hiding, everybody is ignoring him, so he's really hidden behind his pillar.
Yes, Zarangal is smiling upon me today.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm going to continue roasting this frog from afar in hiding if I can. So.
Mm-hmm. He misses, and you hurt him even more. You almost finish roasting that frog.
Okay, well, I
and
pop
there's a
out
lot of
and
smokes that goes out of it, but it's still moving.
say my little magic word, and then I try retreating back into the shadows.
Oh yeah, now you're sure you're stealthed. And everybody didn't see that you were shooting fire from the sky. It's just random. It rains fire from the sky. Happens. It's called Monday.
Like a little magic goblin ninja.
Mormush. Somebody is trying to outdo you with fire. So first, your strength saving throw to try to move from that zone. Mormush.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First, no problem.
It's taken out of my experience here. So I need a saving throw?
Yeah, strength saving throw to try to stop being stuck with that grass. No, you're still stuck. You ate that crap.
Poor
Okay.
Mormurch.
And somebody is outstaging you, doing a lot of fire damage.
Well, I'm going to put out the fire around the princess because I know she cares a lot about her dress.
So you use your control flames to extinguish them, so she stops burning.
Yep.
Okay. So
and I think that's about all I can do. Yeah.
You switch off, and the princess is not burning anymore. Granny. Granny is saying that somebody is burning everything, and others are stopping the fire that she's doing. 1, 2, 3. You're too far. She only has one target in range. So she's gonna keep pointing the fire, dragon fire to Rita because she wants to restart the fire. Because she started the fire and it's your fault. At 12, she misses you. So a patch of fire is burning by your side, but not on you. You're safe. Chaffee, you're still stuck, so a strength saving throw to try to get out of that zone. Yes, you can move. Any square is double move unless you use that potion of jump to jump out.
Okay, I'm going to use the potion then. And so, do I just have to say where I'm going?
Yes, you just jump that distance for the potion of jump, which is, I think, 6 squares, if I remember. Chaffee, potion of jump. Yes, you can jump 30 feet long or 15 feet high. So 6 square long or 1 floor.
Oh, there?
Yeah, that's your move. And after that, you have your action. You use your bonus to drink the potion, your move to jump. And you can either shoot with your bow or use another move action to jump again.
Going to. Can I jump behind Granny?
Yes, there's a. So if you see the side view of a boat, she's on top of the first ladder, so you can jump on by your side under that canopy. So yes, you can.
Do I still have an ability to attack?
No, it will be your second action. So but you are on the first level of a boat by your side.
Bonus action to hide?
Now
No.
you use your bonus action to drink the potion.
Oh, I did. That's right. Okay, never mind. So I am just there, staring at her, and one of my pustules on my face explodes. Gross, and pus gets on her.
Proteins. You look tasty and feisty. Lord Longtongue. Lord Longtongue is going to try to bite at that princess because she doesn't want to kiss him, so the frog is going to try to kiss the princess. Isn't it what all frogs do?
Come on, Lord Longtongue. This is the 21st century.
And miserably fail. Kind of getting into his tongue, but yeah, no.
Did he bite his own tongue?
Perhaps, but he's not looking weird, so you don't know.
No means no, Longtongue.
Princess Leia, that Jabba.
So, next is somebody that runs from the door. A new individual comes in. A dog named Cuddles. Because he loves you, he eats you, he loves your bones, and he wants to keep them forever and ever and ever. Such a nice dog. The best of
I
friends.
forgot about the third dog.
Yes. He was waiting for somebody to climb on that floor to get out. And he's going to try to bite you because that's what Cuddles do, because he likes to bite and keep you because he loves you.
Cuddles gives hugs with his teeth.
Yeah, he gives hugs with his teeth and he never leaves you ever. He's your best friend and he misses you. But he tried. He's trying to show you a lot of affections. Lots and lots of affections. So, which one is it? This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a dog that came in, and there's no room to attack anything. That's annoying. Retta, your prince is here. He bit his tongue. He tried to smooch you.
Retta obviously is going to finish off her prince with her big stabby. She's going to
Yes.
switch to the. Can she switch to the horse killer?
Oh yes, she can switch. Can switch as much as you want his weapons. Because the prince has to be sleeping on a bed, otherwise it doesn't work the kiss. Yeah, that weapon you're not that familiar. Oh, you steal it. Even if you're not familiar, it's good enough to pierce the skin and kill the frog. In one sweep move. No more prince for you. Unless you want to save him. And give him lots of love. You do have a move and a bonus.
Are you saying that she croaked the frog?
Yeah, she crooked the frog. And she has 2 pieces of frogs, so she's not sure she can glue them back together and make a prince.
Obviously, she needs to charge up the ramp because, dogs. She hates dogs.
So, can you do a perception roll as you want to charge up the ramp? No, you're not going to see. So, you charge like a fury going up to Granny. And something happens. As you see, there was a wasp nest that was resting and attached to wires. So as you were charging the ramp, you stumble all those wires and the wasp nest dropped on the floor on top of you, and bees are going to start attacking you. So can you do a Constitution saving throw? You're good for now. They sting you, but you're strong enough. You're going to have a lot of buttons extra. Perhaps you'll finish and looking like Marmush if it sting you too much. But you brush away those wasps for now. And last dog. Yeah. It's stuck. There's not enough room where they are. Poog! Master
Okay,
Ninja
so
Poog. Behind is a tree.
I probably can't cross this area without.
Oh, you can cross anytime. It's just a simple fence to prevent horses to go. You can go below, under.
But I mean,
above.
I couldn't cross it and stay hidden.
Oh no, you cannot stay hidden if you're on the other side.
Okay, well, I at least need to get in range of these guys.
I think Granny moved up close enough so she was in range, but
Yeah, but he's fearless. He's not gonna hide all his life as a hero. He has to show who's the leader here. And the leader can only be Poog.
That's right, by
God's will.
By Zarangel's will. I'd like to cast Divine Favor.
Mm-hmm. It's a bonus action.
And attack her with my javelin.
So you do an extra d4 of damage. because you eat.
Oh man,
4 points. That's okay. Hey, 4 is better than 3.
that's true.
So you charge with divine energy and throw your javelin and hit her. No, the point is in the other direction. You stick it on the ground and put yourself on it. That's not how you treat ladies here. Momish.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Yeah. One day it will stop. No.
No. So I
That
guess
day is not today.
yes, I will do my old firebolt on her again
Yes.
because she deserves to eat fire.
Is there a way to try to break spellcaster's concentration?
Yes, each time you're attacking her and doing damage, she has to do rolls. But right now you didn't do enough damage to break her concentration. You did a small amount of damage that didn't change anything. And 3 extra damage, which don't do nothing. She's still concentrating on that. And we had Granny. Okay, Granny. There's a crazy lady with a big weapon charging at her. So she's gonna use a big stick and give you a hit of a big stick on your head. Because that's not how you treat people. And she misses you. Completely. She's with her broomstick trying to prevent you from getting on her boat. It's mine! Get out! You're not invited. You didn't bring present. That's mine. Oh, I have to roll something. I forgot to roll that. And okay, so you remember the dragon fire she was playing with and burning people with? It just triggered and blew up. So everybody, which is a lot of people, Rita, and okay, Rita, can you roll a dexterity saving throw? And Chuffy also won. Oh, Chuffy, no problem. He knows dragon fire. He knows that it's supposed to explode. So he expertly dodges out of the way.
Rita's obviously distracted by the wasps.
Yep. And Bhock is not gonna hurt. We have Cuddles. Because everybody's here. Cuddles is okay. It's gonna hurt
That was beautiful, Granny. Do it again.
Granny's the best! And Scarton. Oh yeah, okay. Everybody's hurt just a little. So Rita, you take 5 points of damage. Everybody else takes 2 except Chuffy that takes nothing because he did a critical. And it breaks her concentration. The entangle disappears.
Yay, because I was
She has
never
to-
going to get out of it.
She blew herself up for that. You should thank her. Bring a present.
I'm going to. Real hot present.
Chuffy! Talking about Chuffy that expertly dodged the explosion.
Is going to say thank you, Granny. and hit her with Woundmaker.
You're gonna stab a granny that just almost saved you from exploding. Putting your body to protect you from exploding. Okay. Oh, and a critical. That's how you do things. So as you do a critical, that's a lot of damage. So that's 8 and 7, 15. Ah! That's how you thank your granny.
Your granny. Here's another helping.
I told you the stabby is for you, not for me.
As a bonus action, can I use the spider climb to climb up to the second floor?
Yes. You can retreat to the second floor.
How do I show that I do that?
You just tell me you're on the second floor and I put a counter on top of you.
Okay, I am doing that.
But you are above. Lord Longtongue is dead. So you do have Cuddles. Okay, Cuddles is going to move under you. Because now you fed the space, Cuddles, and he's going to attack Rita. So you have a dog. Your mortal enemy, which is here and trying to bite you. He's surely jealous of attention. And misses you miserably. Because you don't want to play.
Is Cuddles upset that I got out of the way?
Yeah, his best friend is leaving him. He got another best friend, but still, she doesn't want to play. And she has a pointy stick. And she looks angry with her big red eyes.
Did Chuffy end up doing any poison damage with that last attack?
Oh, sorry. I forgot about that.
Oh, we forgot about that.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
I just remembered.
Yes. Oh, no. That's right. You did a critical. Yeah. She's more wounded than she was. Here. Connell is down. Vigor is done. Retta, badly hurt. Because everybody is beating on you.
Everybody hates a princess.
Yeah. So you should use your bonus action to drink a potion. So you retrieve some health. Because you have a tank, but your healer is busy bursting stuff instead of healing you.
Obviously, he's a bad healer.
So I'm going to roll. You get back 7 hit points, so you're back to full.
Where did Cuddles go?
Cuddle is under Chuffy.
Because Chuffy jumped up to the second floor. So Cuddles is right there attacking.
So I'm going to... Okay, Alt. With Alt, you can kind of not follow the grid. So you can see both now. Rita, can you do a reflex saving throw, because Constitution saving throw, because you still have those wasps trying to bite you and make you become another Chuffy? Yeah, you don't care about those wasps. They don't taste good. You can do whatever you want. Surely smack either Granny or Cuddles. Cuddles is your mortal enemy.
Yeah, I think she's going to go for the dog because the dog is well, that's what her whole purpose is, right? Is to kill dogs.
Oh, she hates
dogs. We will get to Granny when she gets to Granny, but dogs first. Killing the dog is more important.
Yes. And the boss said, kill the dogs if there's dogs. He didn't say nothing about goblins. So you do your big slicer or the horse chopper of it? Big slicer.
The dog slicer.
Dog slicer. So you do 9 plus 2 because it's a dog. So that's 11. Yeah, you do extra
Nice.
damage on dogs. Because you don't like dogs. So that dog is a beast. You hurt him bad, but it's still awake and alive, which is kind of crazy because you thought you would kill it in one swoop. It's surely some devil beast. I cannot do nothing. Pog!
Okay, I want to move here.
Yeah, you're at the bottom. So you don't have any visibility if you do that. Unless you want to use a ladder or something.
Well, is it a bonus action to use the ladder patch on my cloak?
No, that's going to be a full action to get the ladder out. Because you need to get the ladder out and place the ladder to start climbing.
Okay, I'll use my action to do that. And do I have enough move left to get to the top of the ladder?
Yes, you have enough movement to get onto the top of the ladder.
And then I have a bonus left, right?
No, yes, you still have a bonus left.
Well, then I guess I'll use my other bolt of inspiration to make an attack against Granny.
Okay, that you can. You use your dog slicer and hit Granny. Hey, I don't like you either.
Oh, and I had poison as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, didn't look to have any effect this time. But she's badly wounded, almost dead.
Well, Chief Gutwad told us your dragon fires ours now.
Dragon fire is mine, and pickles are mine. You're not getting my pickles. The only way you get my pickles if I eat you with pickles. Mormush. Finally
Okay.
free.
Finally can move. I'll move here, and then I'm going to throw my goblin bomb on Granny.
Oh yeah, you want everybody to be in it.
No, it says that it's a 5-foot radius, so it.
Oh, it's just a 5-foot radius? I thought the
Yeah,
goblin bomb was.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I thought it had an area of effect.
Oh, it says 15-foot cube effect. Well, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so that means it will be 3 squares by 3 squares, centered.
Oh, okay.
But that's a good use. You get Rita, you get Poke, you get 2 dogs and the boss, and you even get Chuffy, which is on top. Perfect.
Can I aim
Everybody
it here?
participates. Or you can roll it. Yeah, you can roll it there.
Okay,
It
I'll
will
do that.
be the 3 dogs, the boss, and Chuffy.
Sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah, and worst case, it's good for acne.
Hang tight, Chevy.
I only have it at level 1, right?
Yeah, you just click on the spell, it will do the damage and give the DCs.
Oh, it's there it goes.
So, Chuffy, can you do a reflex dexterity saving throw? So you will take 4 damage from fire and 3 from thunder. So it burns you and makes you deaf. He almost kills you.
Sorry.
I'm not going to even roll the small dogs because they're dead, even if
Is
they
that,
succeed.
I took 4 damage?
You took 4 damage from fire and 3 from thunder. So that's 7 total. Yeah, Mormont is no joke. Okay.
Did I do that right?
That's 7 total. I don't know.
Oh, it didn't take it. I did -7, and that didn't seem to do it.
That's okay. I can do it. Here.
Thank you.
And Cuddles is the only one that can eventually survive.
Wow, one tough dog.
No. Yeah, there can only be one. And when more much comes, there's zeros. There's a lot of zeros everywhere. So Mermog, in a
That was fun.
that was clean.
Well exploded, sir.
Anybody got any heals?
I'm hurting.
Yeah, I can. I've got a.
Cure wounds. And you get 8 back, pushing you back to full. Because Zarangel is wonderful. Zarangel is the best. Look at Zarangel. He wins the day.
Zarangel be with you, my child.
Zarangel. All right. So, did that give me how many? 9 points?
8.
What? 8.
So you are 10 out of 10 because you cannot go to 11. You don't get 3 extra.
I want to go to 11.
No. You cannot dial to 11.
I want to dial to 11. Oh, well, I'll just, in my mind, I dial to 11.
Yes. And this is the end of a fight against that wonderful boss, Granny Volka. So the people that have history can roll history, because that's the skill that you need to know who that person was. So that's an easy roll. So Volka, you remember that name? That was the wife of a previous chief, the one that the new chief beat up and exiled. So, yeah, she's been doing weird stuff to have dogs and horses and frogs in the forest. She's a weird lady. So you do go through the boat and find 2 things of interest. First, a big box of dragon fire, a large crate with lots of dragon fires of various shapes and forms. And it didn't burn. It was not in this room. Lucky you. Second, you find a huge barrel of pickles. Extra strong, extra old. So they are extra super pickled. And it looks like she's been going through that and it was her treasure. So after munching on pickles, all our heroes get back to the camp with a crate of dragon fires, a few missing, and a few appearing in Mormurch pockets, because that's what Mormurch loves to do. And Chuffy's has extra pickles, a full bag, which is a bit dripping, but yeah, that happens.
Because that's what Chuffy likes to do.
Because that's what Chuffy likes to do. While everybody sings songs about all Mormog and Zarangel are so great and wonderful, the best heroes in the world.
Can I present the wrapped up piece of flash burnt horse meat, which have probably been steeped in pickle juice on the ride home?
Yes,
and
you can.
Present that to the chief.
And the chief will gladly accept your offer. Horse meat is good meat. That's why he likes horse choppers and killing horses.
Oh, and we can show off our spider eyes.
And ooh, you are greeted as heroes, as you are the killer of lost legs, the terror of the marsh. Now, many baby goblins will survive longer to do all the crazy things and die from other things, but who knows? Some more could survive and become heroes one day. And this is the end of the adventure for today. Yeah, you're heroes!
I survived.
Well done, heroes.
can I say that Chuffy, she kept the 2 spider fangs, and she's going to find someone to turn them into very, very dangerous and deadly blades for her when she.
Yes, one
some
day
point.
she will have Fang and Fang, or 2 daggers.
Fang and other Fang.
One and
Yeah,
Fang
Fang and
too.
Fang.
Yeah, then you'll remember this adventure. Fangs for the memories.
So thank you, everybody.
Well, this is a lot of fun. Thank you, Bhock.
Anytime. That's what I do
Yes,
most
thank
of
you
my
so much.
days when I'm not raiding.